The Dark Brother whose embrace makes possible the full realization of divine sonship. He is the guardian of the threshold, the one who forces us to confront the depths of our own being before we can ascend to the heights of spiritual awakening. This is the final message of Saturn, the ultimate meaning of his long journey through the cycles of cosmic time. That the way to wholeness leads through the heart of darkness. That the path to the divine leads through the depths of the self. In embracing our own Saturnale, we open ourselves to the transformative power of the Christic spirit, the lapis philosophorum that turns base metal into gold and mortal limitation into immortal freedom. So let us not flee from Saturn's shadow, but rather meet it with courage and compassion, knowing that in its darkness lies the key to our own redemption. Let us confront Saturnale within ourselves, not as an enemy to be vanquished, but as a lost brother to be reconciled and redeemed. For it is only in the crucible of this inner alchemy that the true gold of the spirit can be forged, and the lead of our mortal nature transmuted into the philosopher's stone of eternal being. To open this door is to step beyond the limits of our ordinary understanding, to enter a realm where the familiar categories of thought dissolve and reform in strange and terrifying ways. It is to confront the fundamental paradoxes of existence, the koan-like riddles that haunt the boundaries of the known. Saturn, as we have seen, is a god of polarities, a deity who encompasses within himself the most profound contradictions of the cosmos. He is the furthest planet, the one who dwells at the very edge of the solar system, yet he is also the one who governs the innermost recesses of the psyche. He is the lord of form and structure, the one who gives shape and definition to the world. Yet he is also the one who presides over the dissolution of all forms, the return of all things to the formless void. In his benevolent aspect, Saturn is the wise elder, the one who teaches us the value of discipline, responsibility, and respect for limits. He is the one who challenges us to confront our own mortality, to accept the hard necessities of existence, to find meaning and purpose within the boundaries of a finite life. But in his shadow aspect, Saturn is the tyrant, the oppressor, the one who uses limitation and constraint as tools of domination and control. He is the one who binds us in the prison of matter, who condemns us to a life of endless toil and suffering, who mocks our dreams of freedom and transcendence. To walk the path of Saturn is to confront this duality within ourselves, to recognize that the light and the darkness, the creative and the destructive, are not separate powers, but rather two faces of the same mystery. It is to embrace the fact that limitation and negation are not obstacles to be overcome, but rather essential aspects of the divine economy, sacred powers that must be honored and integrated if we are to find wholeness and completion. The coincidence of opposites, the recognition that all dualities are ultimately grounded in a higher unity, a deeper truth that transcends the categories of rational thought. To grasp this mystery is to undergo a profound transformation of consciousness, a radical rewiring of the mind and the soul. It is to step beyond the limits of the ego, to shatter the illusion of separateness, to recognize that the self and the world, the knower and the known, are ultimately one and the same. This is the great work that Saturn calls us to undertake, the alchemical opus that leads from the base matter of ignorance and illusion to the gold of illuminated consciousness. It is a work that requires great courage, great patience, and great humility, for it demands nothing less than the total surrender of the ego, the complete sacrifice of the self on the altar of the greater mystery. Yet for those who dare to embark on this path, for those who are willing to face the darkness within and without, Saturn holds the promise of a great reward. For at the end of the Saturnian journey, at the summit of the cosmic mountain, there lies a treasure beyond all reckoning, a pearl of great price that is none other than the philosopher's stone itself. This stone, the lapis philosophorum, is the supreme goal of the alchemical quest. The ultimate fruit of the great work. It is the symbol of the perfected self, the self that has been purified of all dross and imperfection, the self that has been transformed into a pure vessel for the divine light. To attain this stone is to achieve the ultimate Saturnian synthesis, the reconciliation of all opposites, the union of spirit and matter, form and formlessness, being and non-being. It is to become a living embodiment of the cosmic mystery, a microcosm that reflects the macrocosm in all its infinite complexity and beauty. This is the promise that Saturn holds out to us, the great gift that he offers to those who are willing to walk his winding path through the cycles of time. It is a gift that is not easily won, for it requires nothing less than the complete transformation of the self, the utter annihilation of the ego in the fires of cosmic consciousness. Yet for those who persevere, for those who are willing to endure the trials and the ordeals of the Saturnian path, the reward is beyond all measure. For in the end, the philosopher's stone is none other than the divine spark within us, the immortal flame that burns at the heart of all creation. To realize this spark, to awaken to our own divine nature, is to become one with the mystery that Saturn embodies, to join in the great cosmic dance that is the eternal play of light and darkness, form and formlessness, being and non-being. This is the ultimate meaning of the Saturnian initiation, the supreme goal of the alchemical opus. It is a goal that can only be achieved through the most profound inner transformation, the most radical self-transcendence, the most complete surrender to the greater mystery. Yet even as we strive towards this goal, even as we seek to attain the philosopher's stone and realize our own divine nature, we must never forget the lesson that Saturn teaches us, the fundamental truth that underlies all his mysteries. For in the end, the Saturnian path is not about escape from the world, not about transcending the limits of human existence. Rather, it is about learning to live within those limits, to find meaning and purpose within the boundaries of a finite life, to embrace the hard necessities of existence with courage, integrity, and grace. This is the true wisdom of Saturn, the deep understanding that comes from confronting the darkness within and without, from wrestling with the fundamental paradoxes of existence. It is a wisdom that does not seek to avoid suffering, but rather to transform it, to alchemize it into the gold of spiritual insight and self-realization. As we stand before the great door of Saturn's mysteries, as we prepare to cross the threshold into the unknown, let us remember this wisdom. Let us take it to heart as we embark on the great journey of the soul. For in the end, the path of Saturn is none other than the path of life itself, the winding road that leads through darkness and light, through joy and sorrow, through birth and death and rebirth. It is a path that challenges us to confront our deepest fears, to face our own mortality, to find the courage to live with authenticity, integrity and purpose. Yet it is also a path that promises great rewards, that offers the possibility of profound transformation, of ultimate self-realization and cosmic consciousness. It is a path that leads to the very heart of the mystery, to the hidden treasure that lies buried within us, waiting to be discovered and claimed as our own. So let us step forward into the darkness. Let us cross the threshold of Saturn's door with courage and resolve. Let us embrace the challenges and the trials of the Saturnian path, knowing that they are the very means by which we will be transformed, the crucible in which our souls will be forged and purified. And let us never forget the great gift that Saturn offers us, the supreme treasure that lies at the end of the journey. For in the end, the philosopher's stone is none other than the divine spark within us, the immortal flame that burns at the heart of all creation. To realize this spark, to awaken to our own divine nature, is to become one with the mystery that Saturn embodies, to join in the great cosmic dance that is the eternal play of light and darkness, form and formlessness, being and non-being. This is the ultimate promise of the Saturnian path, the great hope that sustains us through all the trials and tribulations of the journey. It is a hope that transcends the boundaries of time and space, that reaches beyond the limits of human understanding to touch the very source of all that is. In the end, the way of Saturn is the way of the soul, the path of inner transformation and self-realization. It is a path that leads through the darkest depths of the psyche, through the most profound challenges and ordeals, to the summit of spiritual awakening and cosmic consciousness. As we come to the end of our exploration of Saturn's mysteries, let us take a moment to reflect on all that we have learned, on all that we have encountered along the way. Let us give thanks for the wisdom and the insight that Saturn has bestowed upon us, for the challenges and the opportunities for growth that he has placed before us. And let us resolve to continue on this path, to keep walking the winding road of the soul, knowing that each step brings us closer to the ultimate goal, to the supreme realization of our own divine nature.